What's up, y'all? It's Keon with Executive Cuts Landscaping, and we're here with another video. Today's video, I just got a couple yards to do today, so it's not going to be a super long video, but we got to keep discussing on how you want to build your business. Don't believe the hype that you have to have all these commercial properties in order to be a successful lawn care company or a professional landscaping company, because it's just not true. All right, you don't have to have these huge contracts and all of that stuff, because honestly, if you don't bid these contracts correctly, then you'll end up with a business that's not making money, and you just got all this money invested in equipment, all this money invested in nonsense, and at the end of the day, you're not making any money. And I've seen it done, and I've seen people take losses on those big accounts that they think they doing something with, but it's not. Not to say that you can't make money in commercial landscaping, because you can, but just make sure you're structuring those deals right, and make sure you're not rushing into these deals or making bad choices on getting into those big contracts. But yeah, so we're gonna show you how you can have residential. You can build a residential landscaping company that's mostly residential. I believe you should have a few commercial properties that's definitely priced right, so that you can keep your business lucrative. All right. So right here is another example on how you can build your business. Again, when we talk about our company, Executive Cuts Landscaping, we have a $30 minimum at our company. So it doesn't matter if we cut a patch of grass that looks like this little teeny square. You'll say, that's a joke, I can cut that with some scissors. It's $30 at my company. So that's just what it is. So and if you get a bunch of these small yards at $30 and you get them at weekly cutting, because you don't want to be coming back to a jungle every time you cut grass. So it's if you have a maintenance company, you want to be able to come get the grass cut and get out of there fast. It's maintenance. It's not supposed to be every time you come you gotta take an hour or two in one yard. It's not going to build a business properly. So that's one thing. We switch it next year. Definitely weekly for most of the season, bi-weekly when the grass starts slowing down. And we'll keep our business at that. I learned that from a lot of the big timers in the game that run lucrative businesses and achieving success. All right. So weekly contracts is going to be, or not contracts, but weekly maintenance is going to be what's best suitable for your business. Contrary to the belief of you can run it on a bi-weekly schedule, you can, but the problem is when you're getting back to these customers in the mid-summer and during the best part of the season, you're coming back to a jungle, okay? And that's not going to do you well when normally if you was doing maintenance, you can knock the yard down in 20, 25 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever. But now it's taking you 45 minutes to an hour to do it just because the grass is so tall, all right? So you don't want to be running your business like that. So let me show y'all this property here. We had this customer for quite a bit now. Some people couldn't even get this right. Again, it's a $30 minimum, so let me show you what $30 cut looks like for me, regardless. And this is just our minimum. So let me give y'all a look at it. So here up here in the front, he got these flowers cut out for the season. They'll grow back next year. Coming up, it's fall season now, so we into that. But this is his yard, guys. All right, this is his yard. Now, some of the difficulties, as you can see, you bring it up steps, but when you got a little 22-inch lawnmower, 21-inch, the easiest way is just roll it up the steps backwards. Just roll the wheels up, and that'd be the best way to get up the steps. But this is it. So these type of yards, you could get literally in and out of in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on how fast you're working. All right, and you could be solo. And if you did this yard at $30 a week, you're looking at $120 a month just to come in here for 5 minutes and do that. All right, so this is considered a great yard to have. And if you built a business just on yards like this, just imagine what kind of money you can make, So again, don't believe the hype that you can't have a maintenance business, because you can, and you can still be lucrative in your business. All right, so this is all of it. Just coming up, bringing your lawnmower up, just trimming up everything. He dug his own plants and stuff out, but we did come and clean this stuff out when the first time we came. And so he's going to do something special with this whole section back here on next year. So it's not a big concern for him. Y'all is looking flush. All right. So I'm just showing y'all the before. Of course, I'm gonna show y'all the after on this. All right. And we're gonna show you how you can just get in and get out. And it's a quick $30, you know. $30 don't seem like much, but when you can get these little $30 yards, it's taking 5 minutes. If I could do 25, 30 of these in a day, I build my business strictly on small yards. Like, that's my target, because that's how I want to build my business. I just want nothing but small yards. And don't believe the hype. You can build your business exactly how you want it, okay? So if you want to build your business on small yards, build your business on small yards. Go to areas that have really small yards, but they still have to get them cut. A couple of my customers in the apartment complex that they live in, or townhouse communities, they're responsible for cutting their backyard. The property takes care of all the front and everything else along the property. But if your yard's fenced in, then you have to cut your own grass. And I mean, you talking about areas that has 300-400 units of townhouses that you can build your business on, just targeting those communities and doing all of the customer backyards that you can get, you know. So just, you might go to one area, and if it got 300 properties, let's just say you can close, you know, 10%, then you looking at 30 properties, you know, that you can get at $30 a week. So you're talking about $120 a month per property. So you do the math on that. So don't believe the hype that you can't build a business on a residential landscaping company or lawn care company, you know. So if that's how you want to build your business, then build it that way. So it's different avenues you could do, different things you could do as far as how to build your business and create a nice business, a nice profitable business where you don't have a lot of overhead, because you don't need a lot of crazy equipment, because of the fact that you're only doing small yards, and you can just build a business just like that. And that could be your business model. And that might even be what the situation is where you live, depending on what part of the country you live in. We all have different types of yards. As y'all can see in the whole area, though, most of them have a little extra part that comes down. You know, the neighbors here, they have an extra hill that comes down, and you can charge more for the hills. When you're doing a property that has hills, it's difficulties, it's more risk. You know, so with those higher risks, you know, you have to sit there and take the time out and get the hill right, get the hill done properly, so you charge more if you're working on a hill like this. All right. So as you can see, you probably can't tell from the video how steep the hill is. But my man have almost like 10 steps here that you have to go up just to reach the top of his landing, which is almost equivalent to the hill next door to here. And that doesn't include if they have a backyard or not. So you can charge $40, $50 for this property, honestly, depending on, because of the difficulties. Not to say that you're gonna get the account, but I'm just saying it's something that you can probably charge for a yard like this. So a lot of the guys that's coming into the game, they trying to figure out how to price this stuff. It's really no real formula to it. I mean, it is a formula in some people's business. Some people measure the property and they go off of measurements and stuff like that. And I was just watching my guy with Upscale Lawncare services, and just like he said, I pretty much do it the same way he does it. I kind of just go off of what it's going to cost me, or how much time it's going to take for me to do it, and what I feel like I need to make on it, you know. So that's one of those situations where if you are building your business like that, then you probably don't have to be the one that pretty much dictates which all your properties is going to be actually done. Or you could probably train somebody to know that. Because normally, like I said, we got $30 minimum, and normally what we do is say for the townhouses, if it's in the middle, it's usually $30 front and back, depending on the size of it. If they have a bigger backyard or a bigger front yard, sometimes it might be $40 to $50. but then the end unit start at $40 if you're on the end unit like this. So if this is the end unit, as you can see, because they on at the end of the group, their yards are pretty much way bigger than a yard like this. So you only have a yard that's probably only about 10-15 feet across compared to this one that's taking up this whole entire corner. So it's just depending on the size of the yards. So it's all different type of variables, and once again, you still have a hill. And if you can't tell from this video with how steep the hill is, you can see that this customer has about 10 steps or 10 to 15 steps right here to get to the top of the landing. So that's showing you how steep this hill is, even though you can't tell from this picture, all right? This video. So again, just keep in mind, you run your business how you want to run it, okay? Nobody's in charge of how you run your business. You run your business how you feel it's necessary to run it, okay? So that's how you're gonna be successful, by having your model, knowing what your business model is for your company, and scale from there. So that's the first thing you need to do, is just making sure you have an actual model for your business, and you understanding what you need to do to scale it the way you want it, okay? So that's all different kind of variables. We take on most any type of property over executive cuts, and that's just how we do it. We don't go for those 2-3 acre properties because we don't have the equipment for that. So, and in the city, it's not too many of those. So if you're going out buying these thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment for 1 or 2 yards that you're doing, that don't make sense. So always just understand what kind of community, which area you targeting, and then what kind of equipment you're gonna need depending upon that area, okay? So yeah, I just showed y'all the before. I'm gonna show y'all the act on this one. So just stay tuned, all right? Talk to you in a second. All right, y'all, we back with the finished product. So again, this only take a couple minutes to knock out. Just still make sure you go in there and do what you're supposed to do, get it done right, making sure you take care of your customers so that they're satisfied, so that they continue to want to utilize your business because of the professionalism and the quality that you give. All right, so here we go. All right, this the after on it. All right, got this thing looking good, got everything cleaned up, got his signs back in the yard. If you remove something, make sure you replace it, put it back. All right, everything around here good, nice and cleaned up back there, cleaned up alongside the fence. You know, just making sure you're delivering quality, because you don't have a business if you're just running around trying to make money, because you're not going to deliver the type of quality that the customers want and that they're paying for. Even if it's a $30 yard, you want them to come outside and feel like they just stepped into $1 million yard, if that's the effect you can give them, you know? So that's the tour of that. Just keeping that in mind. And again, just understand that main thing you need to do when you're starting out in this business is making sure that you have the projection for your company, a business model for how you want to build your business, and what you think is going to be the most lucrative way for you to achieve your success. All right. So constantly be marketing, constantly be working on your craft, constantly promoting, constantly delivering that quality customer service, so that you'll keep your customers coming back. All right. That's the whole thing. Without the customers, you don't have a business. And without a business model, you just freestyling, and you might just be all over the place, you know? You don't have a real way that you running your business. So that's the first thing you need to do, making sure you have that business model and stick it to it, and don't let nobody else run your business the way they feel like you should run your business, all right? So appreciate y'all watching the videos. If you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. And definitely share the content, all right? I appreciate y'all. We're growing. We're getting more and more subscribers every day, and I appreciate it. So just make sure y'all sharing that content for me. I'm be very appreciative of it, because without y'all, I'm nothing, and I understand that as well, all right? So I want to make sure I'm bringing y'all the quality services, the quality information that you need for your business, all right? So I'll see y'all in the next one.